All right, everybody, welcome to a brand new episode, a brand new season, a brand new beginning. Tacos en Europa. I am Jorge,
My name is Edgar.
and we only had two Mexican players with activities in Europe this episode, but we have many other things to talk about, so make sure you stay till the end. We also kick off the season with a great day. You know, we have a lot of good things happening, a lot of good things to talk about, and also a birthday to celebrate. Our own ENG has his birthday this weekend, so what a great way to start the season. No better way. So happy birthday to him, and everybody that wants to say hi, make sure you guys say it in the comments. So happy birthday, ENG. Hope you had a good time, man.
Yeah, thanks. We're recording on the 15 minutes I'm planning on staying sober. So, wait a minute.
It's coming up. Let's take advantage of that. Let's take advantage of it. So let's start, man. Let's go ahead and start with Feyenoord and Santiago Jimenez, who have an official game. There are other players that have friendlies, a lot of them actually, but we want to focus only on the official matches to not waste too much time because there's nothing too interesting that happened in the friendlies yet. But Feyenoord play against PSV to get that Johan Cruyff Schaal, which is pretty much, like the Champions Cup that every league has,
Super Cup.
Super Cup. Yeah, so it's kind of like the winner of the league versus the winner of the cup playing together. And Santiago Jimenez plays 62 minutes as a starter in this game. So tell me a little bit about how this ended.
Well, for starters, I was not shocked, but I'm very surprised that Santi was playing because he had very little vacations. Like rest day between the Gold Cup and the start of the season. So good for him, but I hope it doesn't end up on injuries or something. And also, it was rough. It wasn't a great game. Neither for PSV that won the game 1-0 against Feyenoord, nor for Santi, because, oh man, Feyenoord are missing Kokshu and they haven't worked out what the system is going to be. I was watching the game and Santiago was not getting any balls. He ended the game with 19 touches, I think, 0 shots, 2 dribbles, and just about it.
Yes.
He got 4 out of 9 duels or something like that. Nothing too much, but it's the same as he and Feyenoord started the season last year. Like he really struggled to get balls from the team. Like he created some space, but in general, Feyenoord were struggling on the midfield.
Yeah.
And I feel that's gonna be the place where they're gonna struggle right away because they don't have Kokshu anymore to fix whatever the other players are lacking. So let's hope they find it through working hard. That's the thing that Slot does, like ramping up the intensity.
Yeah, I mean, also the game was, having a lot of men behind and hoping for the best. There was a lot of, I don't know if they were trying to replicate that goal in the Gold Cup that Santi made.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of, he had I want to say 4 or 5 really, really good balls that he had to fight 2 of the center backs marking him at the same time for. And it just didn't work this time. It was 2 pretty good center backs for PSV. And they did a great job marking him, to be honest with you. So I don't know why Feyenoord was so far back and they were playing with so many people defending, but it didn't work out, whatever the plan was. And we thought that Feyenoord was just going to roll through PSV because PSV is having a hard time right now. They have a very dry squad. They had sold a lot of their players. They're missing their key piece, which is Eric Gutierrez. So obviously it's going to be difficult, But
no, but
it
we're joking, but they lost Xavi Simons. They lost Guti. They haven't.
Sangaré still there?
Sangaré
was there. Yeah, Sangaré was there.
He should have gone 3 years ago. I don't know what the.
Yeah.
So the
new coach as well. New coach.
New coach as well. So there's a lot of things that are changing, and I hope Feyenoord find their group through the season. Because they stayed with their 2 starter wingers.
Yeah.
So Jack Lavach in the right and Paxiao on the left, and they ended the season in a really strong form. I hope they regain it. So let's see how it goes.
Hopefully we can see Santi Jimenez run a little bit to come down to the field and bring the ball up a little bit. Not just be like a poacher, but be more of a complete forward. A little bit of a Raúl Jimenez type of deal. I think it'll help him to learn that. And what better way to do it?
Like you're saying in the Spanish version, little Chicharito, little more Raul.
Little more Raul Jimenez, yes, sir. So hopefully we can be able to see that. We were asking for that during the World Cup, so let's see if it comes true this time. Let's go over to Belgium and talk about KRC Genk. Gerardo Arteaga, who has 3 games. One of them was last week, but we want to talk about it now because it was the beginning of the season for Belgium. They always start a little earlier than everybody else. Their first game was against Molenbeek, which was a team that literally, I think it's like their first season ever in first division. So they beat them 4-0. And this guy did crazy. He had an amazing, a full, well-rounded game, 90 minutes, 5 defensive actions. Nobody dribbled past him. He had a 1 key pass. He had a 1 out of 3 crosses, 7 long balls.
Did they try at least to dribble past him?
If they tried, they didn't succeed because no one did it. But he had 1 key pass, 1 out of 3 crosses, 3 out of 7 long balls, 5 out of 8 duels on the ground, and 4 out of 4 dribbles. So nobody dribbled past him, but he dribbled past everybody. So he was doing everything, and it was looking like Arteaga was like a new monster, you know? But then, plays against a team that's a real first division quality, and then we see the opposite.
Yeah, you're playing against a real team, like it's different.
We see what we're used to, where he was pretty decent in the attack, with 3 defensive actions only, but he had 1 key pass still and a cross that was hit, and also 4 out of 8 long balls. So he was practicing a little bit in the moving of the game, but his defense was not there at all. He only had 1 out of 3 duels and 1 in the air. So it was just like nothing. His heat map was like all over the place. It wasn't one of my favorite games for him. They lost this game 1-0. And without Munoz on the right side, it just didn't look like this team was going to do anything.
That's where I was going to go. But it wasn't only that Munoz wasn't there. It was that they were coming from the Champions League qualifying match. So they were like resting some players. And it showed, like maybe they were coming like defeated from the Champions League qualifying that you're going to talk about.
Spoiler alert. So they do play a Champions League qualifier game against Servette FC, and they tie this game 2-2 and lose it in penalties. Now, Arteaga didn't play the first leg. He was rested on the bench, and in this one he comes out. He plays 60 minutes, including extra time as well. Nothing here from Gerardo, to be honest with you. He had 2 key passes, three crosses put out of 13, and then 2 out of 2 long balls. So again, he was moving the game a little bit, but nothing defensively, no defensive actions, 1 out of 10 duels, and it was just terrible. If you look at his heat map, it was like he was a winger, pretty much, So when they put him in, they were saying, dude, just get the ball in however way you can. And that's what he tried, and nothing really happened. His 2 key passes were pretty good, but it was nothing that was able to get finished. And this team just needs to shake off that defeat from last season, man, and just try to get back into it, because now they have to play Olympiacos to try to get into the Europa League.
Well, Olympiacos at least didn't end up strong the last season, so maybe
another messy team. So it's you got that going for you. Yeah, and you were talking in the Spanish version that you'd rather see Genk in the Conference League. I think the better the competition, the better, because then you can always go back to the Conference League by sucking in the Europa League. But if whatever happens, it'll be good experience for the team and hopefully for Arteaga as well. If he stays.
Yeah, I think they have the potential to go further in the Conference League. I feel the Europa League is full with really strong teams, Like not only the
Genk,
teams that drop out of the champions, but in general, there's a lot of really, really strong Eredivisie, Portugal. There are really good teams that are right below Champions League level that are above Genk.
You have those top 5 league misfits, from like Spain, England, and things like that. So it's like there's teams, man. Like there's crazy teams in there.
There's Betis, and Sevilla is gonna end up there somehow.
Yeah, they're just trying to rack up all the Europa leagues. But that's pretty much it for the activity that we have for our players. Only 2 of them, but we do have more to talk about because we have a lot of transfer rumors and a lot of said transfers already, as well as some stuff that's happening in the national team and some movements going on. So you can go ahead and let us know what happened in the gossip column of the podcast. What did you hear this couple weeks?
The first batch of things aren't rumors, but already said. And the first one is that Raul Jimenez finally leaves Wolverhampton, but ends up like 70 miles from the town in London with Fulham.
Yes.
Which is the first division Premier League team that had a really good season last season. So
Nice little squad
really
too.
good for him. That's great for him. They were like on the 8th, 9th place, so like they were above Chelsea. You know, which is not that difficult last season, but still, it's really good for Fulham because they usually a yo-yo team. You know, like while that like drops out from the first division and comes back up, like relegated back up, relegated back up, and he already is playing on the friendlies before the season, and he already scored a very Chicharito-like goal, by the way, but really good goal. So maybe he can, you know, like get back to his.
And I didn't say this in the Spanish version, but I'll say it in the English version. But I mean, what a ball from Robinson, USMNT player.
Yeah.
What a ball, man. I got to say it. I got to respect it. It was a crazy ball. And a good finish. It was a good finish right over.
And you were saying from Robinson from the US, but they also trying to get Gray from Jamaica. So Fulham is going to get the
CONCACAF team, man. Let's bring it on, man. Let's bring it on.
Then you need to get the goalkeeper from Costa Rica.
Navas.
Yeah, you get Navas. Oh, you're flying.
No estaba ahí, güey. Forrest, not down Forrest. Yeah, you're right, great.
But he went back to PSG.
Oh, he's back now? I thought I should have known, man. I haven't read too much right now.
Yeah. So now talking about other Mexicans, but now going to Europe, Jorge Novalcaba from Pumas was sold in a 70-30 deal to Standard Liège. So that came out of nowhere. Like there weren't rumors about it. There was nothing, and just all of a sudden, deal sold. Really like the deal that was made 2 years ago for Johan Vázquez. You know, it was also out of nowhere, really fast. Pumas getting 30% of the future sale, so that's really good. They're working really well on these, like once in a while sellings from Pumas. So good for them.
Yeah.
We like Rubalcaba. He has done something. Some games have been really good with the lower divisions with the Mexican team. So hopefully,
it's a good battle for a winger race, you know, because we definitely need him. So if he can stay there a little bit and he can get some good rhythm, like we need it, man. We need it.
Hopefully he can develop. You know, there's a good place to be. The thing is, they already said he's gonna spend 6 months with the academy players getting up to speed on the physical development because he's behind.
Yeah,
and that's known for every Mexican going to Europe. You know,
we got Pirates of the Caribbean missing penalties, man. So we need something a little more.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that after. Then Julián Araujo, we said he was never going to play for Barcelona on his first season. He's already loaned to Las Palmas, which is the team that ascended last season. So
dude, that sounded like, when I heard the name, I thought it was a third division team, man. But I'm glad he's in first division. I'm glad he's staying there.
Like that's like La Liga Oxo from town.
Dude, I thought it was like an island in Spain or something. But it's cool.
It's an island.
It is. But I thought it was its own division. That's cool, man.
Yeah,
I'm glad he's staying in first division.
It's a good place. He's gonna get kick around and batter every game. Like they're gonna have to defend a lot, so it's a good place for him to learn the role.
His test is gonna be to lose 1-0 and not 5-0. Like help as much as he can with that. That's gonna be his test.
Let's see how much Vinicius kicks him around.
Yeah.
And then now talking about Mexicans again going to Europe, we get to Pizarro. Rodolfo Pizarro going to AEK Athens. We already said that the last season, I think, but also Nestor Araujo seems to be close to finalizing the deal to leave America and going to Athens, which, I mean, good for him, I guess. Maybe he will like have an easier time on a team that's not so media heavy as America. You know, maybe that's part of it. But like, good for him. Hopefully he does well. Who knows?
we'll be watching it for Redeem, but we'll keep an eye on him too.
Yeah, we're gonna. That's right. We're gonna see three Mexicans. We're gonna talk
And
about
I like
Already.
Pizarro, man. Like I don't know. Like I'm thinking he's
I
gonna be
like
like a little.
him like
He's gonna be a
7
sleeper.
years ago.
I know, but I think he's gonna be a little like a sleeper. Like maybe not Copa America squad, but I think he's gonna have a pretty good season. We'll see, man. We'll see. I'm a little
Hopefully.
excited for that. I'm a little excited for that.
Hopefully. And now getting to the gossip, to the really gossip things. Edson Alvarez has a deal already made with West Ham United, the London club from the Premier League. This is a team that's already sold Rice, like Declan Rice for like 100 and something million euros, so like crazy amount. And they're looking for a defensive midfield.
Yeah.
And that they went for Edson. They sent like 35 million deal to Ajax. They're probably gonna get rejected. They were talking about 45 with Dortmund. Probably there's gonna be in the middle of it. And we were saying in the Spanish version and before, this market in this like transfer season is really lagging behind. Like really, really lagging. Because the big pieces haven't been moved. Like Mbappe hasn't been sold. Osimhen hasn't been sold. Blahovic hasn't been sold. And that's just strikers. Then when you get to the midfielders, Declan Rice moved. But now everybody is waiting for Caicedo, the Colombian from Brighton, to move. So, and they're being asked around by City, by Manchester.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things going around that are waiting from these big moves, because soon as, for example, Napoli, as soon as Napoli sells Osimhen, they're gonna spend that big money for another striker.
Yeah.
And the team that sells the striker are gonna spend big money to get, and that's gonna.
It's a
gonna
domino
be
effect. Yeah, like once the big piece falls, it's gonna make like a whole thing. Because people are just waiting for their short list to kind of start moving. Once they lose their player, they got backups on backups on backups. So
and that's the thing. I think West Ham are going to get the deal for Edson picks, like fast.
Yeah.
They don't want to get on a bidding war against, I don't know, Bayern Munich or something like that. Like you don't want to get in those places for that kind of thing. And so it's a good place for him to go. I feel West Ham are getting Europa League, I think, along with Liverpool.
I think it's perfect, man.
I will have liked Liverpool to be fair.
I think it's great. It's obviously not the best move, like you said, Liverpool, other things. Like Bayern would have been cool too. But I think it's cool, man. It's a good league. He's got European football. Like, what else do you need? Like, he does have to learn to move the ball up. So, the Premier League, man.
That's a good place to learn.
Yeah.
I'm now going back to Ajax, as we were. Jorge Sanchez, there popped up a rumor out of nowhere that he was going to go to Brazil, to Botafogo for some reason. But that seems to be only small. I don't know from where, but small. And the thing is, Sanchez hasn't been like back to Ajax yet. Ajax is already playing their friendlies, like the really close season friendlies before the start of the season. And I don't know what Jorge is doing, because he needs to go to Ajax and fight for his place, because Range is not doing good right now, and that's the moment to fight for it.
He didn't have a lot of minutes in the Gold Cup, but I get it, man. Like be the first to get there and last to leave, type of thing. Obviously, it's easier for us to say than to actually do it. But I get it, man. Like it's a good opportunity that you could take.
And that's the thing. He's like sent out like an official statement that you're like injured, those injured that a lot of players get.
Me duele el estómago, something, bro, anything.
That's they're like, I'm not great form, like, and that's so right. He did play a lot of minutes on the Gold Cup. He did have like a long summer season, so he should rest, but he's going to lose the season if he doesn't get minutes on that.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be sold like, I don't know who will buy this. MLS is not gonna buy a right back.
Yeah, no, he has to stay and fight for it. But the good thing is also Lozano, man. He's also in a little bit of a limbo as well. But he already got 2 games in. He already got 2 games
Yes,
in
friendly
the
with
off
Napoli.
season. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
we were
think,
thinking he was gonna get sold, but no.
So I think I don't know what's gonna happen with it. I think they're saying something about a contract restriction, which won't stop him from moving, but it'll probably give him a little bit of
Yeah.
certainty, at least.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to go to a lower table place, either in Spain or on the Premier League, but I don't know. Like, Spain doesn't have the money to buy,
Yeah.
only the 3 big teams in Spain, so I don't know what's gonna happen with Lozano.
Yeah. We'll see, man. We'll see.
And getting back to Mexico, we have 2 Mexican moving in the league. That's Osiel Herrera from Atlas getting sold to Tigres
Yep.
for some reason, where he's gonna end up with Pisuto, Lainez, Cordova, and there are worse places to be, but as soon as you get to Tigres, you're not getting sold to Europe. It's not gonna happen.
They have him with with like a clause to like a passageway to Europe if it comes, but I don't know, man. Like there's a big quotation marks for those that are not watching on YouTube, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see it moving after that. But look, Tigres is a good team that strives to play to win teams. So at least with the old guard getting really old, like Guiñac is up there in years, Pizarro, Carioca.
I respect what Tigres is doing. I respect it.
Yeah,
Like I don't like it, but I can respect it. Like what do you want a team
and
to
the
do?
thing is, only Osiel Herrera is the one that kind of hurts because
Yeah.
he could be on PSV, for example.
Yeah.
But Pisuto, he needed to come back. Lainez, he needed to come back. Cordova,
He wasn't
he
going.
needed to be sold like 2 years ago, but
Yeah.
he didn't. So, like, he's going to be a lifer on Liga MX, so get to a good team and develop there. Okay, that's the thing it is. And the other gossip is whatever the hell is happening with Luis Chavez on Pachuca. That's getting sold to Russia, but he can't be sold to Russia because money can't move from Russia to Mexico. So I don't know what's happening because they said, Luis Chavez is gonna buy his own club, so he goes on his own to Russia. But where is he getting the money? Oh no, he found a bag with money behind his bed. And well, that's about it for Mexican players. But we haven't talked about the other, like the 2 big conversations that happen on our on our vacations. That are first this video that La Bomba Rodriguez made from the FMF with this Bomba Rodriguez is the new headmaster of the federation, and it was interesting to say the least. They were talking about making these two big development facilities on the US, which is fine. There's a lot of Mexican in the US. If you can like pull the youth players out of like places where they can really play football and get them to the facilities, is okay.
Yeah.
They were saying about everything's gonna have to sell loan 3 under 18 players to Europe, especially Spain, to get the passports. They were talking about a lot of these things and why they couldn't sell. They couldn't force the teams to sell over 18 players. Like, you can go and say, Atlas, you need to sell us here to Europe. They can't.
Yeah.
And they explain why. That it's interesting, kind of sad, but at least it's clear. And I mean,
it was a lot of rainbows and butterflies. It sounds amazing. Everything sounds amazing, but
yeah.
I think it's with everything, we got to make sure we see it move first. I like the Bomba. I think he's been doing it pretty well, like, since he started, but we still got to wait, man. We got to wait to see how it goes.
Yeah, I hope. It seems like he's way, way better than John Davis.
Yeah.
Like, just on the face of it. Like, it seems more competent.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't even know if they're exactly the same position. You know, I think he's on a new position that's above what John Delvisa will be. But whatever, he's the face of it now, and he seems to be talking about really interesting things and how they're gonna get it done.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
It all sounds good.
in the next, they should be announcing in the next few weeks the new coach, which it's gonna be Lozano. It has to be Lozano.
It's been taking too long to not be him, you know?
Yeah.
And I haven't heard anything about not being him, so we'll see. Well, yeah.
And, well, that's what what's the
Finish it
other,
out, man.
the other conversation we're having right now. Do you know?
The worst tournament ever to be created.
Sure.
And then the Gold Cup exists, man. Don't forget the Gold Cup exists.
No. Don't mind the Gold Cup. The
Conca Champions.
The Conca Champions. The Nations League. That sucks as well. The League's Cup is already on the way. There's been going for like 2 weeks. It sucks so much.
I think we knew it was going to be bad, but I don't think we expected, you know, all these terrible calls. I don't think we expected the treatment that the players were going to be getting with like little to no rest, all the traveling, people sleeping in an airport because they missed their flight. And if that wouldn't have been on social media, they would have played the next day. I guarantee. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I was waiting for it to be like Conca Champions, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm starting to feel like Conca Champions has character, you know?
Yes.
Like you go to play in this, the beautiful feeling, I don't know if it's in Jamaica or in Haiti, where there's this big ass tree on one side of the field and the bleachers are on the other side. It's a really, really nice place to play football. And it has character.
Yeah.
But no, League's Cup is only being played on MLS pitches. Like half of them are rubber pitches, and they suck. Like the players are getting injured. I don't know what's gonna happen to Messi playing on those shit ass.
Henry Martin,
fields.
man, already is a victim of the turf. Over there, man. Like it's just there's nothing to gain, man. There's nothing to win.
No,
the prize money
not
isn't
even
big
money.
enough. The reputation isn't big because, well, you know, if you win it, cool. I don't care. If you lose it, you're an idiot. So it's just like there's no reputation to win. You risk injuries. It's just no point.
The point was, okay, America, Chivas, Monterrey, they could get more money with any other meet. Like you said, okay, but for example, Juarez is never going to get this big friendlies with teams either on the US. So this is a way to get them a few matches, get a little money. Okay, it's a brotherhood thing, like the best for everyone. But no, it wasn't the best for anyone. The games have been really, really tough. Like it's really uncomfortable seeing like you're playing against Mexico in the 90s in CONCACAF, you know, like it's kind of weird how much the referee is going on your favor. That's the feeling I get. And I mean
the bracket, man. The bracket is ridiculous. The bracket is
sign
ridiculous.
of the bracket like
the message it's sending is
Messi
bad.
on one side and everyone else on the other is kind of weird.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, man, we can't really do much about that one. Hopefully, you know, our Mexican team wins it just so nobody's getting flamed. Just for the mental health of the players. Like.
Yeah, and we only got 4 teams left. Yeah. You know, we have
the best of the best.
America, the 4 big ones: America, Tigres, Monterrey, and Querétaro.
Exactly what you would expect.
Yeah, the big ones.
Exactly. Yeah, man.
No, Toluca. I mean,
Toluca
is also and Toluca is the one that's doing the best. I feel like Ambrisa, like, you don't need to be. I didn't mention it on the Spanish version.
Yeah.
You don't need to be like crazy good to beat MLS teams. You need to be like orderly, and that's how they're winning games. They scored like 3 times the same goal like 2 days ago. It has been really weird.
Yeah, it's been like a little bit things. Like the most interesting you said, which you mentioned on the English one. I mean, on the Spanish one. Juarez, man.
Yeah.
They're giving their kids some minutes, man. I think it's looking great. I respect them, for going all out against LAFC, a respectable team in the MLS.
Yeah.
And, they did eat 7 goals, but I mean, that's what'll make you, that's what'll make you. And hopefully they take that and they bring the failure into the Liga MX and kind of make it something bigger. So hopefully that goes well. We're running out of time now, though. So I want to say thank you guys for listening. Make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. Listen to us on YouTube or any podcast platform that you prefer. I am Jorge.
My name's Samuel.
We will see you guys next week for a new episode of Pedro San Ropa. See you guys then.
Watch out for Querétaro. The Gallos are going to pick out the eyes of Messi.
Or maybe the turf will. Who knows? Who knows?
Either way.